Hello and welcome to another Learning has Changed CarCast, where I get to broadcast directly from the dashboard of my car looking straight ahead so I can keep everybody safe and do it from the Google Glass. I want to talk today about EdCamp Denver, which is coming up on February 1st, and I'm really excited about it, and I didn't know that I would be. I'm not excited about it necessarily because I'm, helping it to exist and to organize it. I'm not that excited about it because it's, an ed camp and we're part of this big movement of hundreds and hundreds of self-organized groups. But I'm most excited about it because I'm finally realizing that putting together an event that lots of people would come and learn within doesn't have to be hard. And I think for a very long time, I both assumed and experienced the concept that if you're putting on an event, whether it's an online event or it's a face-to-face event, particularly face-to-face events, that it has to be hard. It has to be difficult, and you have to have meetings upon meetings to get everything set, and you have to plan sort of down to the very last letter. And I'm sort of coming to the realization that building the constructs for other people to do some of those things is better than you doing it yourself. So in creating a space for people to propose and choose their own sessions, that's the innovation. It isn't necessarily in sort of saying that this event will happen on such a day, and these are the sessions that are going to occur, and like the organizational side of this work takes the back seat to the learning side of it and to the self-generated and created side of it. And it doesn't have to be hard. And I don't know why I didn't sort of figure this out earlier, but learning, while messy and difficult in your own head, when you are doing it for others, when you are creating the spaces, creating those spaces doesn't mean over-creating them. It doesn't mean that you are over-planning and sort of overreaching and saying, each person has to have exactly this experience. Because that isn't, in the end, what's going to produce change. I think part of that is, I had a pretty decent meeting yesterday with the online community of practice managers, this group that's working together to sort of create these communities in Denver Public Schools, and that was really exciting that we were talking about all of the different roles that people can have in these communities, and specifically around sort of the consumer of the community who doesn't necessarily put a whole lot out there, but really just consumes ideas and information, versus the producer, someone who posts a lot and comments a lot and things like that. And I keep on thinking about that we actually have a lot of people who would consume exciting and engaging learning experiences, and who would even produce those learning experiences for one another if only we would let them. And that construct that I can send out a message to, a couple hundred people, and that they will take that and say, yes, that is something I would like to be a part of. To me, that is different. That's categorically different than saying you should register for these courses because these are the courses that are good or best. Rather than that, I'm saying there's going to be an experience here that you will co-create, and it will be something that will change your practice, that will that will live on past this moment, right? Whether it's in a community or, it will live on in your reflective practice. And so I guess all I wanted to talk about today was how excited I am by the idea of simply creating the space and then allowing people to choose their role of either consumer of the learning or producer for others, that the choose your own adventure aspect of how we personalize learning is not done by overthinking and overreaching and overcreating. It is by creating the space and letting others take part in it, and trying to invite them to that space to help in the creation, to help in the consumption. And I'm wondering, I guess, if I was going to make that into kind of a question, what other things could we plan less? What other things could we intentionally not build out all of to give people more space to co-create it? And so I'm gonna guess I leave that question out there, and if you have any thoughts, you can definitely comment on this and help me think it through. But if you haven't registered for EdCamp Denver and you're in the area, it's February 1st, and I'll put the link down in the description. And thank you guys so much for watching.